Bad Company walks down the hallway of the castle, following Kamek as he gives a tour.
The King's Royal Palace started construction in 1877 and finished in 1891. As the outside world changed, the castle remained.
Jose and Chloe looks at their surroundings. The walls, furniture, and paintings are all European style, with some modern aesthetics. At least Bowser has some good taste. His eyes locks into a painting of the king himself and his grandfather, Henry the Great, with the utopian flag waving behind them. For one's inflated ego. I've been wondering, how come there's no mention of Andrew? Kamek stops in his tracks, causing the mutants to stop as well. His teeth grinds, and he grips his wand.
Mario?
Oh, crap! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to... The magikoopa turns around and points the wand in his face.
If you had learned about our history, then you would know why we do not mention his name.
He turns back around and continues to walk ahead. Jojo and Luigi follows. Chloe slaps Mario on the back of his head. Ow! Dummy. They continue on. The five stops at a wooden door. Kamek opens it, revealing what is on the other side.
Here we have a library full of literature and history.
The four look at him baffled.
What? You thought we were illiterate? We're not that dumb.
Let me guess, you have the Communist Manifesto?
Oh, we threw that book out. Wait, what?
The door closes. Another door opens.
Here we have a smoking room.
Then another.
The dining room.
Fancy. Then another.
The kitchen. What the...
Upon looking inside, he and the mutants find dirty dishes, bowls, and cups scattered on counters, sinks, and the floor. Some of the staff slips on grease puddles that were not cleaned up yet. Kamek's eyebrow twitches, and he inhales.
What is going on here?
All of the chefs freezes in place. Fear enters their minds the moment they spot the magikoopa.
I told you to clean up this mess, and you haven't got it started.
The head chef approaches him.
We're sorry, sir. We're doing the best we can.
Just hurry up.
He slams the door and storms off. The four mutants look at each other unsure and concerned a little, but they follow behind. And I thought we were bad back home. Down another hallway, Kamek opens a door.
We have the Royal Gardens.
Then another.
The King's Courthouse. Wow.
Then another.
A workout gym.
Jojo's eyes catches a buff, armored-up blue inkling lifting 500 pounds of weight. Who's the inkling over there?
One of our strongest and finest admirals, Louis Arthur Armine, or Arthas.
Blood for the blood god!
And he plays Warhammer 40k. And he's in the wrong faction.
It's best not to interrupt him.
The door closes. Further down the hallway, another door is opened.
Our famous arcade.
Mario and Luigi's eyes widens from sheer shock. Old arcade machines, old and new game consoles, powered PCs, indoor basketball court, go-kart track, and football field in separate rooms. The brothers' faces lights up with joy and glee. They take a step forward, but are stopped in their tracks by Kamek's wand.
One must live in a castle for 30 days until they step forward.
Oh.
What's next? You're going to say that you have a shooting range?
Oh, we do, but that's reserved for the army. Anyway.
On the second floor of the castle, Kamek opens another door.
My private quarters /study/research room.
The four spots a massive black pot with a wooden stick on top of it. May I ask what's inside of that thing?
I'm working on a new potion for the king. I'd advise you not to inhale it. It's not ready for testing.
Gee, that would have been useful if you didn't open the fucking door. The door closes and another opens.
The king's master bedroom.
Again, ego.
And here we have... Huh?
What?
I could have sworn that... Oh, not again.
The five stands in front of a pair of doors, more bigger than the last. Kamek plants his ear on the door, listening in. What are you doing? Shh! He hears a voice, boasting and bragging with a cocky attitude. Kamek removes his head from the door.
Oh, I knew it!
He lifts his left leg and kicks the doors wide open.
Junior!
Inside of the throne room, a small creature very similar to King Bowser stops bouncing on the throne itself, and his eyes darts to the angered Kamek. Uh-oh. His head smashes onto the cushion and his body rolls down the aisle. He comes to a stop in front of the magikoopa and bewildered mutants.
What do you think you're doing?
Junior shakes his head. Aw, man, you never let me have any fun.
You're supposed to be doing your homework.
It's so boring.
Don't make me call your father again.
Did Bowser shrink or something?
No, this is the heir to the throne, Robert Bowser II, or Junior.
The prince stands to his feet, giving the humans a raspberry.
Well, he does have his father's spirit.
Wait, you're the humans that are supposed to protect us? These shits now? With a dirty mouth. Actually, where is Bowser?
Oh, he's in D.C. discussing joint defensives.
Great, the bastard's not even here. Where's our room so I can sulk?
Down this hall on your right.
Jojo does not thank him. He grabs his suitcase and walks down the hallway with his friends following him. What, are you scared of my father?
Ha! I knew you were pathetic!
Your father got his ass kicked by Dragonborn, you little shit.
You take that back! Enough! Junior! Room! Now!
Junior pouts and storms off into his room. Kamek is left shaking his head as he turns around. Bad Company opens the door at the end of the hallway. They peek inside and they immediately become shocked. Their room is an exact replica of a San Francisco home, complete with a living room, dining room, kitchen, 2 separate bathrooms, and bedrooms.
Well, at least it's like home.
Whoopee. He sets the suitcase down, walks up to a couch, and sits down. He lets out a very heavy exhale as he rubs his hair back. His girlfriend approaches, sits next to him, and comforts him. It's okay. It's okay. I wish I could just throw myself into a hot bath right now. Look, don't forget why we're here in the first place. Yeah, we got some jobs to do, so we might as well get them done. A knock on the door gets their attention. Mario turns around and opens the door, revealing Hal standing outside of the room. Oh, Hal! Hey! Hey, Mario. Listen, you know that pipe issue we called about?
Not to worry, the Super Mario Brothers are here to fix.
Great! The pipes are in the cellar under the castle. Oh, and Mr. Vargas? Miss Harrington? Yes? Our chiefs of staff are waiting for you. Where are they? On the army shooting range a mile away from here. Jojo takes in a deep breath. He stands up from the couch and faces his body towards the Koopa. All right, let's do this. 8:00 p.m. Vargas, with his M1 Garand rifle on his back, and Harrington, with Hal, walks up to a massive dome. 2 guards opens a pair of doors, and the 2 are allowed inside. Their eyes looks ahead. They spot a group of Koopas and Goombas, some of which are wearing a bow tie or a regular tie. What's with the ones in dressed attire? They represent our new royal parliament. Chloe's eyes veers to the right, spotting 6 human soldiers of the AMF's 19th Infantry Division. Behind them are bolt-action and semi-automatic rifles. In front of them are Kootopian soldiers of the brand new 1st Rifle Battalion. And I guess they're our customers. Babby would berate me for this. Remember, babe, we got to act professional. All right. Hey, I've been wondering, why do you hate us? I mean, if you get to know us, you'll see that we're not so bad. Jojo darts his eyes at him, then looks back ahead, giving him no response. Right. I'll leave you guys to it. He stops in place. The 2 mutants stomps in front of their human colleagues. Jose looks at them. Thanks for being here. It actually relieves the pain a little. Hey, don't worry about it, Jojo. All right, which one of you is my translator? I am, sir. Good. Let's get started. They turn to the Kootopian members of Parliament and the soldiers waiting for the humans. Vargas looks at the Koopa soldiers in particular in their World War I doughboy-style uniforms. Well, at least they got the uniforms right. From 100 years ago. He clears his throat, then puts his hands behind his back. Listen up! I am Colonel Jose Jonathan Vargas, AMS 18th Infantry, 1st Mutant Squad, Bad company. On behalf of the USAMF, it is a pleasure to meet you all here. The man nearly chokes when he says that. Now, the reason why we're here, as you are aware, is that you guys requested for some new tactics and new arms, so to speak. You have been ordered by your government to modernize intensively for one purpose: to get you all ready for the next battle to come. And it may happen sooner or later. He slowly paces himself back and forth. The other reason why we're here is to train you, since we have more battle experience with other monsters that attack the United States and parts of your kingdom. And we're not just here to train you. No. We're here. He and his colleague steps to the sides, revealing the rifles laying down or resting on bipods, to teach you how to use a real firearm. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, we still have our crossbows, and they haven't failed us for 200 years. And you know what? You got a point. Except for one thing. During the Battle of San Francisco, we've been getting reports on multiple arrows lodged into concrete and dirt. And no offense, but I've seen some of your men firing in our neighborhoods in the city, and they couldn't hit jack shit. Hell, I've seen better firing down range by a rookie who can't even fuck his own girlfriend back home. What I'm trying to say is that if you don't end up hitting the damn targets, then you might as well look like an ass while doing it. Now, with that out of the way, let us introduce you to your new rifles. The human soldiers, one rifleman and one spotter, grabs their respective rifles and either crouches down to one knee or lies down on their stomachs. First up, the M1903 Springfield. Bolt action, chambered in 30-06 rounds with an effective range up to 1,000 yards. Private. Fire off a round. Private Henson, with a Springfield in hand, holds it tightly near his right hip. A target is downrange 900 yards away. He squeezes the trigger. The rifle roars as the bullet fires out of the barrel. The Utopians becomes overwhelmed by the sheer volume of the gunshot. If you have sensitive hearing, then earplugs are necessary. But, in the heat of battle, don't be surprised if you have to shout at your soldiers to give them orders. Now, the private cycles the bolt, ejecting the spent bullet. With it being a bolt action, you have to cycle the bulb manually. Now, Private, show them what happens when you fire 3 rounds downrange. From the hip. Henson fires 3 more rounds while cycling the action manually in between. None of the bullets hits its target. You see that? Unless you're lucky, you can't hit anything. The key word is aiming. Like on your crossbows, you have to aim down the sights at the target to neutralize them. The private will show you. Henson lifts the rifle and aims down its iron sights. He squeezes the trigger and the rifle fires. The .30 caliber bullet hits the bullseye. Now that's how it's done. We also have the M1903A4. What's so special about this rifle? Well, it comes with a Weaver Model 330C 2.5x scope. With this scope, you can hit targets up to over 5,000 yards away, if you're skilled enough. Private Phoenix will demonstrate. Private Thomas Phoenix closes one eye and looks down the scope as he aims. He pulls the trigger, and the target at 5,000 yards is hit. He fires again, and it is hit. Well done. Now, take note of the reload of both rifles. Henson pulls the bolt back, takes out a stripper clip of 5 rounds, places it on top of the external magazine, pushes the bullets down, throws the clip, and closes the bolt. Phoenix pulls the bolt back, pushing the remaining bolts down, and puts 2 more rounds in. Notice that Henson was able to reload using a stripper clip, while Phoenix can only load 1 bullet at a time. Because of the scope, he is restricted to that. So, make sure you reload when you're in cover. If you think that might be a hassle, then this next one should do you fine. Sergeant John Bradley lies on his stomach and aims down the scope. Introducing the Accuracy International Arctic Warfare, or to put it simply, the L96A1. Chambered in 7.62 by 51mm NATO, or in other calibers if you like, this rifle has been used by the British Army and has set the longest recorded shot by a sniper, 1.2 miles, and that was just in the Middle East. But we'll scope it down to 1,000 yards. Bradley fires the rifle. The boom is much greater than the previous. The target's bullseye is hit. He fires again, hitting dead center once more. Now, you may be asking, what's the difference with this rifle? Well, This rifle can operate in extreme temperatures no matter the condition. And, the most important one, it comes with a 5-round or 10-round magazine. Bradley removes the magazine and places another into the slot. The members of Parliament writes down notes of what they are witnessing. And now comes the big one. This rifle is more powerful than the others. Some might say that it really packs a punch. This last one is more than a regular rifle. This is an anti-material rifle. Lieutenant Freeman? Lieutenant Avernius Freeman, lying on his stomach, fires his scoped rifle. The thunderous crack of the rifle surprised those around its vicinity. The high-caliber bullet pierces through a barrel and hits the target behind it. He adjusts his aim down another and fires. The bullet pierces through a thin wall of concrete and hits the target on the other side. That, my friends, is the recoil-operated, anti-material Barrett M82A1, chambered in the most powerful cartridge in our armed forces, the 50 BMG. And I mention the recoil because, unless you're strong as hell, you can't use this thing standing up, because the recoil will knock you on your ass, or shell. The best position is bipod out, prone, or over cover. Now then, write it down, print it, and inform your soldiers of what material you have received, because training begins in 48 hours. Thank you. The next day, the Kutopian Royal Parliament passes an act to allow the purchasing and manufacturing of all 3 rifles, the Springfield, the L96, and the M82. The Americans and the British are happy to oblige. November 30th, 11 o'clock a.m. A Goomba, Jeff, walks down the halls of the castle. He turns the corner, then stops. He spots Mario and Luigi Giovanni wiping their faces with cloths.
This is way harder than we thought. We tried everything, yet nothing worked.
Hey boys, everything all right over here? The two turns their heads, spotting the Goomba approaching.
Oh, yeah, we're just trying to figure out what to do with this pipe problem.
Did you find out what the problem was?
More or less.
He opens the door and looks inside. Venus flytrap-like massive plants with white polka dots sees the light emitting from the open door. The limbs are attached to the pipes, so their range are limited. The door closes and the man stares back at the Goomba. Oh, crap. Any ideas?
We'll just do it the old-fashioned way.
Mario and Luigi takes out a red and green fire flower and crushes them in their hands. Their overalls turns to red and green respectively, with their undershirts and caps turning white. The Super Mario Brothers nods, swings open the door, and dives into the cellar with their hands covered in fireballs. Jeff can only stand and watch as the brothers get to work. 1:09 p.m. 12 Koopa soldiers of the newly formed 18th Rifle Division steps up to the shooting range. In their hands is an M1903 with regular iron sights. 5 Paper Koopa stands at 500 to 1,000 yards away.
Take aim!
They lift their weapons, aiming down the sights.
Fire!
The rifles roars. They cycle the action and fires again. Watching from afar, Jojo and Chloe are very impressed. Hal approaches the two, handing them a bottle of water for each.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Their eyes pierce to a squad firing L96s downrange as they drink. They got good control. Trigger discipline is on point. 5 Koopas, crouching on one knee, firing Barretts, and the recoil knocks them on their shells. But they could still use some help. Yep. 5:05 p.m. Jojo and 2 rifle instructors show the Koopa soldiers how to properly use the Barrett. Here's a little tip. When it comes to the 50 cal, you have to prone on your stomach in order to compensate for the recoil. And here's another thing. I've seen you guys firing like crazy. While we can teach you about urban warfare, here's something to remember. When it comes to long-distance sniping, you have to calibrate trajectory, wind speed, and position. But most importantly, patience. And here's a tip from me. Hold your breath and listen to your heartbeat. In between those beats, you shoot. It works with the other rifles. Now, let's see what you got. December 3rd. The 4 mutants play Halo Combat Evolved in the arcade room. Jojo loses and nearly breaks the controller, were it not for Chloe and Hal calming him down. Meanwhile, out in the shooting range, Koopas of the 42nd Heavy Rifle Brigade lays on their stomachs looking down the scopes of the Barretts. They pull the triggers, successfully hitting their targets. December 12th. Bowser II runs around with the M1 Garand, mocking and acting like a human soldier. He bumps into a very annoyed JoJo, who snatches the rifle from his hands. "You're lucky this thing isn't loaded."
Not to mention how dangerous it is.
The man walks away as Kamek berates the prince for what he did. Meanwhile, Sergeant John Humoa of the 2nd Rifle Division sits in a tower aiming down his scope Springfield. With him is his colleague, Private Dave Steely. Both are instructed by their officers to stay in the tower for 24 hours until they confirm and hit their target. Throughout that time, they are motionless as Steely looks through his binoculars. Target in sight. Range, 500 yards. Humoa scans and finds it. Confirmed. Taking a shot. He fires. The metal target recoils with a loud ding. That's a hit. The sergeant exhales and lifts his upper body. Whew. Well, that human was right. Patience is key. Christmas Day. As bag companies celebrate the holiday, the Koopas, using the Koopas' heads as bipods or stands, aims downrange.
Take aim! Fire!
A volley of Springfields fires.
Running! Fire!
A volley of L-96s fires in unison.
Beautiful! Ready! Fire!
A wave of barrack fire is unleashed. The improvements to the army is consistent and on point.